In the past 1,000 days, I grew my following from 0 to 1.5 million followers on Instagram and TikTok by posting every single day. And in this video, I'm gonna be telling you exactly the steps I took so that you can get here too. If you clicked on this video, I'm thinking you're probably wanting to grow your social media following to 10K, 100K, or to even 1 million followers. And I'm just here to tell you that if I can do it, so can you. All I know is that I would have appreciated a video like this when I first got started. And if my accounts got hacked today and I've had to restart from 0 followers, all I would do is follow the steps I'm about to tell you, and I can almost guarantee you that I'd make it all the way back to 1 million followers. So I'm gonna be giving you 11 tips, and the last 3 are the most important ones. And I mean the most important ones to the fact that I don't think I'd be here without those. So let's start off with the first tip. The first tip I have is just to start. For the love of God, please just post your content. If you clicked on this, I'm gonna assume that there's a part of you that want to post on social media. It took me about 5 years to get over this fear, all because I was scared of what other people would think about me, and I was scared of people's judgment. And nobody is actually ever thinking about you, which is amazing, right? We think that there's so many people thinking about us when everyone is just busy with their own lives, and all people are doing is just thinking about themselves. And this had a lot to do with the people that I was hanging around with, and kind of like their day-to-day talks about, like, if this person was posting this, it was cringy. And I'm sure you have a couple of those friends that all they do is judge. So when you're around that always, it's kind of hard for you to post unless you kind of just detach yourself from them. But in the beginning, it's gonna be super hard for you to do that, right? So I let these people's voices get in my head, but at the same time, I was also stopping myself from posting. But all you need to know is that these people who are judging other people for posting are probably not doing anything better with their life, right? They're not adding anything to society. They're not adding anything to add value to anybody's life. One day I was like, you know what? I'm gonna cut these people off and I'm just gonna start posting. That's literally what I did. So all I'm saying is, are your dreams more important to you, or are you gonna let these people stop you from achieving the goals and dreams that you have by posting on social media? At the end of the day, we all have like 1 or 2 excuses that we always keep telling ourselves as to why we're not posting. But you just have to break free from that, and you just have to say, you know what they think, I'm here for myself, and I'm gonna post content. It's gonna be scary in the beginning. You're not gonna know what you're doing. It's like the first time going into the gym. You have absolutely no clue what you're doing, but you step into the gym and you're like, okay, this isn't as bad. And then the more you do it, the better you get at it, and the more comfortable you get at going to the gym. And again, my number 1 tip is to just start. The second tip I have for you is to have the right mindset when you're doing this. My tip is to not try to get a big following right away, but I want you to change that mindset to, I'm gonna build a following that lasts instead. There's absolutely no way that I would have been able to post for 1,000 days straight without having the right mindset. And I'm sure that you've seen like a bunch of videos on YouTube on how to get a quick following, you know, like how I grew to 10,000 followers in 30 days. And I want you to get that out of your mind and to have a different approach. So what you need to remember is that what goes up fast must go down fast as well, right? Just imagine, right? Like any stock or any crypto or whatever, right? Like imagine you're just looking at a chart. Anything that goes up super fast, super quick, is probably going to go down. But if you look at the S&P 500, it's on a steady incline, but on a long enough time frame, the graph just goes up, and that's exactly what we want to do. So what I'm saying is, the longer your come up is, the longer you're gonna last. So what is the rush for? You need to be patient with social media. It's the same thing as in the gym. If you are trying to lose weight, you don't want to lose so much weight all at once. The same goes for gaining weight. You don't want to gain a lot of weight super quick. The same rule and the same things apply for social media, right? You're not gonna get a huge following right away. Try to fall in love with the process, and just think about it like this. If it was easy to grow on social media, then everybody would have a huge following, but it's not. So if you're first starting out and you don't know what you're doing, just remember that you're probably going to suck at it, and it is completely okay, because we cannot be good at something without sucking at it first. And a lot of your posts are going to flop and are going to fail, but without those failures, you are not gonna get your first viral video or your first 100K video, or your first 10K video. So in order for you to grow, you need to suck at it first. If you're serious about this whole social media thing, try not to look at it like, okay, I'm gonna do this for a month and see if I can go viral or see if I can get a huge following. Try looking at this for the long haul. Think 1 year, 2 years, don't think in months. So if you just stay committed to your goals, I promise you, you will get there. All right, so the third tip I have is goal setting. So Arnold once said,
the first rule of success is to have a vision. You see, if you don't have a vision of where you go, and if you don't have a goal where you go, you drift around and you never end up anywhere.
setting goals for myself really helped me to stay on track and to keep doing this every single day. My only goal for each and every single day was to post one video, at least. So back when I had 500 followers on Instagram, I told myself that I had 100,000 followers already. And I was living like I already had 100,000 followers. You get what I'm saying? All I was doing was trying to trick my brain. And in a sense, I was trying to fake it till I made it. So you have to ask yourself, what would you post if you had 100,000 followers? How would you act online? What videos and stories are you gonna post? What routines would you follow? So when I first started, I kid you not, I pretended like I already had 1 million followers on TikTok. Like, I don't know what it was, but I could already see the vision, and what I just kept telling myself is, time just has to catch up. And I always ask myself, if these people can get to this destination, why can't I? And so that's the same question that you need to be asking yourself. If the person that you're inspired by online can get to where they're at, why can't you? And whether you want to believe that you can do it or you cannot do it, just know that you'll always be right. So if you think you can do it, then you can. If you think you cannot do it, then you're probably right as well. So you just have to choose which side you want to be on. And depending on which side you choose, that's going to be your reality. So if your goal is to get to a certain amount of followers, right? And you have that in your brain, but first you have to instill it in your brain. So whatever number it is that you have in mind, okay? And if you don't have one yet, make sure that you have one. So set a goal. Once you set that goal, stop complaining on a day-to-day basis as to why you do not have this goal yet, or this dream follower number. And what you have to do is just focus on today. Let's say you're at 10,000 followers right now and your goal is to have 100,000 followers, okay? Every day that you're not at 100,000 yet, don't complain that you're not at 100,000 yet if you didn't do the work that you need to do today. So maybe have a checklist, right? And my checklist was literally provide value, post every single day, that's it. So if you didn't do the work that you need to do today, and all you're doing is pouting at the fact that you're not over here yet to your goal, just know that you're never gonna get here. You need to stop wishing for this if you're not putting in the work. You can have the goals, but if you're not doing what you need to do on a day-to-day basis, you're never gonna get here. So at the end of the day, have your goal set and make sure you act as if that goal has already been done, and you just have to be super delusional on a day-to-day basis until it happens, okay? So set your goals. The fourth tip I have for you is choosing a niche within a niche. And the goal is to stand out. So you need to find a niche that is growing and has a lot of interests from people. Like Warren Buffett says, it's not about how hard you paddle, but it's what river you're in. A really good example of this is in 2025, you're not gonna wanna start a newspaper business, right? Because it's on the decline and nobody really reads newspapers. But instead, you'd probably wanna choose to have a social media page or social media accounts so that you can push out news a lot faster, right? So I'm gonna tell you how I found mine, and hopefully it can also help you find yours. So when I first started my Instagram, or even before, I was already scrolling on TikTok and Instagram, right? Every time I would see a motivational content or a motivational post, I was like, what these people are posting aren't that special. And if I started to post, it would be this kind of content. So I already had it in my head. And that type of content was the fast cuts type of motivational videos, because nobody else was doing it at the time. Or I don't know, maybe somebody did, but they didn't really pop off. But every time I was scrolling on my For You page, it was kind of the same type of like slow videos with a motivational song and a motivational, background voice. Like, I'll show you an example right here.
Doesn't matter if it takes you 6 weeks, 6 months, or 6 years. Slow progress is still progress.
So then when I first started, I started to dabble into the faster type of cuts. So it started with, 2-second cuts, then 1-second cuts. And next thing you know, I'm doing freaking 0.5-second cuts. I saw a hole within a niche where nobody is doing fast cuts, motivational content. So let me take advantage of that. And what do you know? It took me about 3 months for me to get to 100,000 followers on TikTok, I think, all because I was able to take advantage of this hole within this niche, right? So whatever niche it is that you choose, you have to figure out what that niche is missing. I cannot tell you what that is, and that's for you to figure out. So whatever it is that you want to create, you need to try to stand out so that you can attract the people who's never seen these kind of videos, and that way you can grow a following. So your homework is you need to try to find a niche without a niche so that you can stand out. I swear to you, when you figure that out and that starts working for you, take it and run away with it, and then watch the following come in. I promise you, just try it out. Post, did it flop? Okay, let me try something else. Post, did it flop? Let me try something else. Post, bam, a lot of views. Keep doing that. So that's your homework. Find a niche within a niche. The next tip I have for you is to create your own signature look. So when you're scrolling on social media, as soon as you scroll on someone's video, you just know who that is. Without even having to look at their name or profile picture, you just know that it's them. And you just have to ask yourself, if your content looks the same as everybody else, why do you think people are gonna stop on your video and take the time to watch your video? So just look at like Alex Hormozi, Iman Gadzhi, and my really good friend Saad. They all have their own signature look. They use their own type of color grading, their own type of texts, their own type of cadence when they talk, and they just kind of have their own unique style. And that's something that you need to figure out for yourself. So for example, my own signature look in 2023, it was just a quick zoom in, and I had my own fonts. I was not really color grading my videos. It was more so black and white, or like a darker type of aesthetic, right? And then I started to adapt. I started to do different things, and now I do these like 4 boxes right in the beginning of the video, and now I'm starting to color grade my videos, and then I'm still using the same font. And so it is very easy for people to know who it is as soon as they scroll on my video, because it's my own look, right? You need to kind of create your own type of signature look so that every time someone is scrolling, they know it's you. And that way you are more likely to have views because they know that it's you. Okay, the 6th tip I have, I love this one. It's gotta be up there, is consistency and discipline. Discipline and consistency. 75% of the battle to becoming a successful content creator is consistency. And you wanna know the mindset I had that really helped me post for 1,000 days straight in a row? This is the only thing I would tell myself every single day. I said, Jason, if you don't post today, there is one person in this world who's waiting for your video, and if you do not post, they are going to die. That is it. For whatever reason, that fear that I instilled in my head, that doesn't even exist, right? Or maybe no one was even waiting for my video. Whatever it is that you can maybe make up in your head that would help you stay consistent, do that, because without being consistent nowadays, you are not likely going to achieve the goal that you want. The bigger creators nowadays, like Alex Hormozi, dude is posting 5 to 10 times per day or even more. If I can stay consistent while having a 9-to-5 job, so can you. You just have to prioritize it, and you have to just say, you know what, this comes first and whatever else will come second. And this is a priority this way. If I just control the variables today, and if I just say, I'm gonna post 1 video today, then that's your win. Okay, and you might say, well, what does consistency have anything to do with my growth on social media, okay? Let's just do some simple math. Let's just say you post 20 videos, and every time you get 5 followers for each video, then you would have 100 followers. You do that on a long enough time frame, you will eventually get to your goal, but you just have to stay consistent long enough for you to see results. And I guarantee you, one of those videos that you post you're not just gonna get 5 followers. You are gonna get 5,000 followers one day, but you're not going to win unless you stay consistent. It's like in the gym. You cannot just go once a week to the gym and see crazy results. You go every single day, and soon enough, you're gonna have this breakthrough. And I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. If you have a crazy physique, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You showed up every single day for X amount of times, for X amount of years, and you didn't really see that much results until one day you're like, holy, I really look like this now. And you would not look like that had you not stayed consistent. It's the same formula for social media. You just have to stay committed. You have to sit down, do the damn work, post the damn video, and soon enough, you will get to your destination. If you worked in sales and somebody said, if you make 100 phone calls and in the first 99 calls, you're not gonna get any deals, but then on the 100th call, you will get the lifetime of your deal. Let's just say you end up selling $100 million worth of X that you're selling. It's really easy for you to keep going because you know that there's gonna be a reward at the end. You know that you're gonna get that $100 million sale at the 100th call, right? But with social media, you don't know how many videos you're gonna have to put out in order for you to get that viral video. So, you might post 10, 20, 30 videos, and let's just say all of those videos get less than 1,000 views. But on your 50th video, bam, you get your first viral video with 10 million views, and that changes everything. So if I told you that your 50th video would get 10 million views, would you keep going? I'm gonna assume your answer is yes. But you do not know when you're gonna get that viral video if you don't stay consistent, because you're not gonna win unless you do stay consistent. Every video you post that ends up flopping and that ends up getting 200 views or less, the more chances of you getting a viral video, but you're never gonna get there unless you just keep doing it every single day. And remember, you're literally one post away from going viral on social media. But every time you don't post and you don't stay consistent, that viral post keeps running away from you. So you need to stay disciplined and stay consistent. And you need to just keep betting on yourself. Without consistency and without discipline, and if all you're wishing for is luck on social media, then maybe you just have to reassess the situation and ask yourself, is this truly what I want or not? And I hope that I've kind of changed your mind, and I hope that you can stay disciplined, and I hope that you just stay consistent. Consistency, consistency, consistency. That's where the magic is. That's where the magic is. That's it. Just stay consistent. So the next one I'm gonna give you is providing value. Like I said, the last 3 are the best ones. So there's actually only 3 ways that content can be categorized in, okay? So there is educational, there's entertainment, and there is motivational. So every time you post a video, just ask yourself this: what can the viewer get out of my video? If you can answer that question, then you've done your job. Just reverse engineer it, right? Why do we follow people? Why do you follow people? It's because you can get something out of them, whether they're entertaining, like Speed.
Bye-bye.
Another example for educational, maybe for Hormazi, right? He provides a lot of education online, YouTube, Instagram, everywhere. That's him being educational. And motivational, let's say Chris Bumstead or something. He's a very motivational guy. He has great physique, you know what I mean? He's motivational. So those are the 3 types of contents that you can offer. And just think about it this way: would you follow yourself if you were scrolling on social media and you saw the type of video you made and you created? And that's the question that you need to be honest with. And if you say no, then I feel like there's some kind of a reevaluation that you need to do. But if you say yes, and if you think that you are providing value, then you're doing a good job. The more value you give to others or to people, the more followers you're gonna get. The same way that you're trying to help others out, you're also helping yourself out. So it's a win-win situation. So that's you giving value to others. And then in the same sense, you're also giving yourself value. When you're making content, just make sure that it is doing good for you as well. As much as it is that you are providing for some people, make sure that it's also giving value to you, because that's also really important. So moral of this tip is, the more value you can give to people, the more followers you are gonna get. And just always keep that in the back of your head when you are making content. Like, always think, what can the person watching this video get out of this? And like I said, if you can pinpoint that, then you've done your job, you're done for the day, and you're good to go. That's for tip number 7. So let's go on ahead to the next one. So the number 8th tip is the method called the hook, retain, and reward. So every video that's ever gone viral has this key element. So every time you're scrolling on social media, I want you to always pay attention. Okay, scroll, 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 you stopped. Now, why did you stop on this video? Was it the hook? Was it the text that they're using? Was it their facial expression? Is it like a trendy audio that made you stop? Is it the dance? Whatever it is that made you stop, always try to see why you got hooked on that video to begin with. So the hook is what gets your attention within the first 2 seconds. And without these first 2 seconds, your video is pretty much cooked and people are scrolling. And that's why a lot of the people that have 200 views stay there, because their hook is not that good. And there's also another thing called an audio hook. Sometimes, like when you're scrolling on social media and you know that the audio is trending, for some reason our mind just it like makes us stay on that video. I don't know if that's ever happened to you, where you're scrolling and you hear an audio and you're like, ooh, I'm just gonna stay on this video. Even if the visual hook wasn't good, there's also an audio hook. And then the second thing is retention. The hook is really good, but having a good retention rate is what's going to get your videos to go viral. And I think TikTok likes your videos to be around 30 to 40% retention rate. So if your video is 10 seconds long and you have an average rate of 30 to 40% retention rate, that means people stayed for 3 to 4 seconds. I think TikTok will see that as good. I think that's like what's considered good on TikTok, but the higher you go, the more viral your video will get. Because if people are staying on your video, the algorithm or TikTok or Instagram are gonna say, you know what? People are staying on this video, let's push it out to more people, so that way your videos can get more views. And then the reward, what did they get out of this video? Again, were they entertained? Were they motivated? Did they laugh at the end? Did they think that your editing was good? What is it? What is it that they can take away from your video at the end of your video so that it makes them feel some type of way? This is what I do, okay? So either I use a zoom in or the 4 boxes like I keep saying. On top of that, I use a trendy audio with texts that are constantly changing. And what I do to retain my viewers is by switching clips at least every 2 seconds, because there's a rule called the 2-second rule, where you constantly have to change clips every 2 seconds, because the more cuts you have on your videos, the more likely people are gonna stay on your video, if that makes sense, because it's stimulating to them. And that way, if your videos constantly have cuts, it makes the viewer want to stay. And just when you scroll and you see a bunch of cuts and things going on in the video, you're more likely to stay because it's entertaining, correct? So you just have to kind of apply that for you. That's my tip number 8. You just have to hook them in, make sure they stay for as long as possible, and then you make them feel some type of way at the end. And then with these 3, if you can perfect this, you're golden. This is how you go viral. This is how I went viral, like a lot. And I always use this. This is like the 3 checklists that I always try to check every time I make my videos. And this is what gets me to at least 100K views on TikTok every time I post. This is the formula, and it works. So like I promised, the last 3 were going to be the best. And this is what truly has gotten me to where I am today. And without these 3, like I said, I would not be here. I'm not saying to disregard everything that I've said prior, but if you were to only follow 3 things, this would be it right here. Copy what works. Good artists copy, great artists steal. I want you to take 5 people who you're inspired by online, mostly people with higher following, with at least 100K followers. And every time they have a video that either goes viral, is very simple to copy, make sure to copy those. So let's say creator number 1, today he has a viral video, but none of their videos performed well. Ignore the other 4 and just copy the 1. Next day, creator number 3 had a really viral video, while the other 4 maybe didn't have a good video. Leave those, copy number 3, so on and so forth. In the beginning, when you're just starting out and you don't know what to do and you're not sure how to go viral, this is exactly what you can do. Copy the same audio they made, copy the same exact text, script, all of these things, just copy it. Maybe change it a little bit, but for the most part, just copy it. This is social media. Everybody steals from every single person. Now, I don't 100% steal because now I know my own game and I know my own content creation. But in the beginning, I was still copying and stealing things. But today, I'll watch a video and then I'll go, oh, I like that transition they made. Ooh, I like that, quote they used from this specific person. So then I'll take this motivational speech and, choose from one of my viral audios that I've saved in the past. So then I'll put them together, make my own version of it. But at the end of the day, I'm taking this person's motivational speech. I'm taking this person's viral audio. You get what I'm saying? So like at the end of the day, I'm taking from other people and combining it, and I'm making sure that it is working. This has been working for me for so long, and to this day, like I said, it makes my videos go viral every time, and it does not fail. Let's just say I forget about everything and I had to start again from the beginning. This is exactly what I would do right here. Steal from my 5 favorite creators and just take. That's simply what I would do. And don't get me wrong, I want you to be as creative as possible, okay? I'm not saying to just copy forever, but I'm just saying maybe in the beginning, maybe copy, or maybe when you don't know what to make, copy. That's just what I'm saying, right? Like if you just want some inspiration and like I said, when you're starting out, sure, copy. But then later on, when you find your groove and when you start to go viral, maybe, put your own twist to it. Maybe put your own recipe, or maybe start to do the things that you wanted to do before copying people. You get what I'm saying? But this is one of my biggest tips to every single person I talk to when they ask for advice. Take your 5 favorite creators online in your own niche, copy, and I promise you your video will go viral as well. If it doesn't go viral, it'll get some traction. Let's say one of your favorite content creators goes viral today. If you use that exact same audio, or you make a video that resembles everything that they talked about in that video, you might not get the same views as them, but you'll get something close to it, or maybe half of the views that they got or something like that. But even maybe sometimes you might get like 10 times more views than they did, because there were so many times in the beginning for me where I would take someone's video and just straight up copy it, and I would get 10 times the views that they got, and I'd be like, damn bro, like I feel bad that you didn't get this much, but at the same time, thank you. Again, copy what works. Stop reinventing the wheel. Put your own twist to it later on, and you should be golden. Sell as much emotions as you can through your videos. So I don't know if you follow me on social media, but if you do, you could probably say that maybe I make cool edits and really fast-paced edits, yada, 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 right? I'm gonna tell you that most of my videos that have gone super viral were not actually really flashy edits. The ones that really got me the most views were the simpler ones that really hit people's emotions. So this one example right here, this video has 6.2 million views, 922,000 likes, 10.8 thousand comments, and this one video alone gained me 18,000 followers. So this video was super simple, but it made the viewers, especially men of course, because this is about men's mental health, it made them feel seen and understood for once, you get what I'm saying? And not only that, but a lot of people in the comment sections kept commenting, and other people would try and support the person who commented as to why they were feeling down and all of this stuff, right? So again, more engagement, right? More people commenting, more views. So every time you make content, you have to ask yourself this: what is the person on the other side of the screen gonna feel after they watch this? Do they feel happy after they watch your video? Do they feel motivated? Do they feel sad? Do they feel depressed? Do they feel excited? What do they feel at the end of your video? The more you can connect with someone through the screen and you can invoke some sort of an emotion, the more your video is more likely gonna get engaged by the viewer. They're more likely going to, tap the like, comment, share it to a friend, or save it. So the more you can make someone feel something through your video, the more likely it is that they're gonna like it. For example, I make a lot of hype edits, right? After they watch my video, they feel hyped, they feel motivated, right? At the very least that they're gonna do is like it. If they feel more than that, then they're gonna save it, comment it, and the more they engage, the more likely it is to get more views, because the algorithm sees, hey, it's getting more views, and therefore let's push it to more people. No matter what it is that you're making, no matter what kind of content, emotions I feel like is not talked enough about. You have to sell emotions as much as you can, and the more you can sell it through your videos, the more you are gonna get views, leading to more followers and leading to you getting more success. My last and final tip. This is the most important one. Like, when I say important, I mean the most important there is. This is to use trendy audios on your videos. That is it. If I could only give one advice for you to have success on social media, it is to find trendy audios on TikTok and also Instagram. I see it more on TikTok because TikTok always leads, then Instagram will pick up on that audio maybe a week later. But TikTok, if you can find a trendy audio and capitalize on that, viral, 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 viral. Every goddamn time. I'm telling you, I've made 1,000 videos, and every time I use a viral audio, if I can catch it within like the first week, videos popped. Easy million+ views, easily. You might ask, how does one find trendy audios on TikTok? It's not just going to the trendy list and searching up trendy audios, because most of those popular audios are gonna be ranked, right? And most of those ranked ones are not currently trending. It's more like what is the most popular ever. The number one could be one that was trending maybe in 2024, but it's on the first list because it is the most popular. It might not necessarily be what's trending right now. So this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna scroll on your TikTok, right? You have to pay attention to what is currently trending. And how do you know what's trending? If you scroll and every time you hear a certain audio that keeps popping up, and you see a lot of these bigger creators use it, it is more likely that it is gonna do well. And every time you scroll on TikTok and you see a video with 500,000 likes, for example, and then you click on the comments and the comment says, commented 12 hours ago or 10 hours ago or 4 hours ago. If it's less than 24 hours ago, right? That means that video has gone viral. If they posted it a day ago with 500,000 likes, that means it is viral. You keep scrolling again, and then you hear that audio again. That's how you know that it's trending. If people are using it constantly, that means that it is trendy. So that's a sign for you to use it. So then what you can do is take that audio, right? Make sure that you like it, make sure that it invokes some kind of an emotion, slap it onto your video. It doesn't even have to be the same type of videos that I make. If you just make talking videos, as long as you can get with the trendy audios right away, viral. It's really important for you to scroll, because then you will know what other creators are making. And if, let's say, the 5 creators that you are, getting inspired by, if most of them are using the trendy audios, if you can find a person that is always using trendy audios and they're always on top of it, make sure to try to copy them as well with those kind of audios, right? So that's what I was saying, is try to find inspiration from people and from the people who you look up to online, especially the other creators that you want to be like. If they're always using trendy audios, that's how they keep winning. They keep using the trendy audios, and that's how they keep getting these views, these followers, to always try to use trendy audios. Forget the hashtags, forget all the captions and whatever else, right? If you can be one of the first people to use trendy audios, always viral, viral, viral. I promise you. And just like that, that is all I have for how to grow on social media. And I hope that you've gotten a couple of things from this video. Try to apply everything that I have told you. I really hope that you find success in the future, and I hope that you start to blow up. Wait, I hope that you start to get traction. I hope that your videos start to, get views. I hope that you find success on social media, because I hope that you win. And social media can change your life. And also, at the end of the day, it's just truly how bad you want it. With anything in life, if you wanted it bad enough, you will go ahead and get it. Nothing else that I have said matters if you don't want it as bad as you say you do. Prove yourself right. I hope that you reach 1 million followers on TikTok and way above 100,000 followers on Instagram. And I really hope nothing but the best for you. So go get those W's, go get those viral videos, and I don't know what else to say. Just good luck with your social media, and that's all I got. So anyways, I hope you like this video. This took me a long time to film. This took a long time. So please drop a like, subscribe if you're not already, and I will catch you in the next video.